Dust and IronHeart Rebalance. Hello, hope you're doing well. A lot of people have looked forward to this, or at least looked forward to getting a response from Kabam on the subject of what's happening with the rebalance system. A lot of you, and same with myself, are looking to older champions to be reworked and changed and buffed and improved, but also some of the newer champions. Dust and Ironheart being two of the champions within the rebalance system we were looking to hear about, and I think we were looking to hear back from them back about if they're going to be changed a month ago, 2 months ago, at least, maybe 1 month ago. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 months. So there's been a bit of a kind of lull. And I hope this is where things kick into action with Kabam, and they're getting, as I've said in previous content, answers to questions, teases, a little bit of interaction, and we've definitely seen members of Kabam go, they don't really feel that they're up to scratch at the moment with that level of community based interaction, which it's just gone a bit quiet. But anyway, to the point. Rebalance. Dust. Dust entered the contest aimed at being a strong attacker and some defensive tricks if you let her sand get out of control. As an attacker, her trio of immunities paired with a powerful SP1 has led her to making a strong impact in the meta. I know a lot of people do like Dust. As a defender, we saw Dust and her sand debuffs quickly become a threat on path 4, looking to punish anyone trying to purify. As a defender in Battlegrounds, we're happy with the pool of attackers who are finding success against her. Specifically, attackers who can manage her sand effects by managing her medium attacks, or with incinerates and plasmas are key. Overall, we're happy with how she's performed, and she will be staying as is. I don't know if anybody's too unhappy about that, but I have to read because there's a lot of discourse and sentiment that we need to go over from the community on that particular subject. Ironheart and her iron suit joined the Battle Realm equipped with a wide array of utility designed to help her take down mutant defenders that may be in her way. Across the board, we're seeing healthy performance versus a wide range of mutant matchups, where players are able to take advantage of her different damage over time effects. Riri is very good at keeping sand out of her iron suit. Hint: use her against, Dust. Cold Snap and Incinerate immunities and Invalidate. As an attacker focused champion, we're also happy with what we're seeing from her as a defender and have no concerns with how she's performing so far. No changes incoming. Rebalanced Bullseye release is coming into 46.0, so August. I'm still undecided on that Bullseye type change, but we'll have to see. I'll have to put him in defense and Battlegrounds and see whether or not it's kind of like big changes, little changes. He's getting me wins, not getting me wins, and as well from a defensive point of view for Alliance Wars. Mine is put in my rank 3 7-star is put into defense. So will that be reconsidered? These are very real things you've got to think about. Kabam Pinwheel says, "Hey folks, notice post is delayed. Thank you for your patience as we get back into the swing of things. The plan is to get the balance updates post back on track going forward. Appreciate folks who raised this in the thread as something that was delayed." So, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to take for Kabam Pinwheel and Dave to start kind of getting the motion in the ocean, if you kind of get my description there, with getting these posts regularly done. Getting interaction done. They're very active now, but there's a lot of lore, abilities, interaction-based knowledge. I'd say a backlog of player issues, interaction issues. I also don't want to say demands, but kind of like ideas, relaying of information from game team to player base and team and player-based game team. So I'm hoping that we see a lot of that moving forward and improvements, because it's always a difficult one, isn't it? So from a sentiment point of view, and I will just reload this forum post because I want to capture as many thoughts and feelings from you, the community. So no changes either, but typically that means we get a buff tune-up of another character. I haven't given in that. Ironheart should have gotten a slight tune-up. So I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that sentiment a bit when it comes to Ironheart. People were looking for a bit more offensive push. I've definitely checked on YouTube, and I've just there are some videos out there showcasing the champion in a good light against certain particular interaction, but nothing that's kind of a wide array of videos on the champion itself with it. But yeah, I figured it was taking so long because they were figuring out details for a potential Ironheart buff. But nah, instead we waited all that time for them to do nothing. On offensive, Dust tune-up would have been cool, but as known of a rank 2, she doesn't really need it. I love money she can do Realm of Legend fights in 45 to 50 seconds consistently. Granted, this is with so masteries on, but takes them off, and she can do the same thing to Battleground sized health pools. Definitely not bad for someone who's pretty annoying on defense. So, you know, that's really it, isn't it? The rough with the smooth when it comes to, is the champion good with double-edged liquid courage? Does it need it? Is it too reliant on it? Those again are some pretty important things to mention. And JC Phillips says, yeah, I was hoping for a combo ending heavy into passive stun mechanic, where she could utilize Sandstorm easier, but I guess not. Messing with her at all is better than making something inadvertently worse. I suppose I can rest easy with the decision to make her my next rank 3 mutant at some time. Yeah, it just looks like a lot of people are just really interested in a buff, well, Ironheart. I've enjoyed Sagas and the champs tied to them. Get a very useful buff to make them usable, like Nightcrawler and soon to the Superior Iron Man. Seems cracked in buffs, I believe, in August. Yep, that kind of comes in there. If you want, yeah, Superior Iron Man buff isn't coming in for a little while. Yeah, huge delay for nothing to change at all. It's really disappointing. Ironheart is not getting a tune-up makes me nervous for Silver Sable being left untouched too. That's a very good point, isn't it? Like, where do you put in the comments, like, how do you feel that Silver Sable buff lies with actually getting some changes? Is it not going to be changed? We gotta figure out what's going on with it. And I don't know whether or not, because it's taken a long time, maybe people from that particular team were laid off. Like, that's... Now I have to always think to myself, if Kabam aren't able to, work at the way that they were, full steam ahead, and lots of people working on different things to kind of get lots of things out there, then what's happened? Why? What's the reason? And it could be a case that the rebalance team has been shrunk. Maybe it hasn't. Maybe they've had to take people from that team to then cover different areas. Because that's the other side of things is, well, if some people were laid off from the community team, say if for whatever reason, I don't know, they probably aren't, but Pinwheel and Dave, if for whatever reason they were doing some stuff when it came to rebalance or helping out with that, then for whatever reason they were taken off that or have to do both types of jobs at the same time. That's going to be it, isn't it? People sharing job roles and responsibilities because there's a smaller team. They'll have to see. And Kabam aren't hiring back a huge amount of people, so that may even be the case. Either way, yeah, very disappointing. I know a lot of people were... someone said, now Ironheart is usable despite the lack of changes. Sable was nothing redeeming. So I'd expect they'll cook with her. So maybe that'll be the case. And all that, waiting for no changes. Of course, if you want some more information about the extent of champion rebalancing, shout out to MCOC Avenger. I'll put a link to this in the description. Let's just get this better into shot. Just showcasing the extent of balancing. And so far, yeah, we've kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of it was full steam ahead in 2021. And that's weird because it's a COVID time. Then a really lackluster 2022, but I think Kabam said they were going to have a little bit of a lackluster time because they went ham in 2021. And then 2023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow. And by the same time, say August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 by August, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a little bit off the mark there, or kind of off in that rebalance coverage. So it's not been, hey, if they manage to get a further 8, 2 per month going into September, October, November, and December, then they will be on par with 2023. Whether or not they do that, yet to be seen. But this is interesting. It's always kind of interesting by numbers. I don't think Kabam will ever be close to 2021 like they were before. 2022, not a good market to judge. 2023, I think, is the staple for balance, making things that are, on balance. But as I said, like, I don't know what the extent of where the team are being pulled. They could have some really low numbers in certain kind of key areas, and they could be going through a restructure of themselves, a rework, a rebalance internally with teams and management and stuff like that. But yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on this and the extent of the rebalance program not being, super active, and also the extent of other stuff as well. Thoughts and comments. Thanks for watching. Check out some other content located on screen. Final video for today. I'm going to be doing a side quest video for tomorrow. It's just that I don't want to give you 4 videos today. This is the final one, which I thought was quite important to post for the last day of July. Cheers, everybody. Bye bye.